Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to take a look at some of my Morphe items that I have collected. I made an order about a month ago and got a few things. I have one eyeshadow palette that we're going to go through and look at, and then I have some brushes. So let's just dive right on into it. I have my makeup done, everything except for my eyes. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try on some of my favorites just to show you a look that you can get from this palette. I used all of my Morphe brushes this morning for my face, so they're a little bit dirty, but that's okay. So the first thing we're going to get into is the brushes. I purchased the set 699, which is the Gun Metal set. So it comes in a little case like this, and then your brushes are obviously in here. So the first one is this guy right here. These ones don't have numbers on them, but I'm not sure if you can buy them separately or not. But the set is $49.99, and you get, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brushes. So this is the foundation brush. It's a very densely packed buffing brush. So I just put either my foundation on my face or on my hand and dip in and buff the product into my face. So this one I'm liking so far. This one I use for my under eye. It's a little bit more of a tapered powder brush. So I take my powder that I use for my under eye and just pat that on. And I also use it to highlight with my powder also. Basically anywhere that I'm putting concealer to conceal or highlight, I use this brush with some translucent powder to set it. So this one's very good also. It's really good for getting underneath the eye here into the corners. And then the next one is this other Morphe brush, obviously. It is the contour or blush brush. It's an angled brush. So I use that to contour my cheeks. It's nice and dense, but it's still very soft. I'm liking the quality of the brushes so far. Nice and soft. Perfect for getting right in those underneath those cheekbones. And I also will go in and contour around my forehead. I don't use it so much for under the neck because it's quite small, so I'll use a fluffier powder brush to get under the neck to cover more space faster. You could use it, no problem, but it's just quite small. So then you get some eye brushes also. So here is a tapered blending brush, which is always good to have. Good for popping some colors into the crease. And I'm liking this so far. You can never have too many blending brushes in my opinion. Here's another one here. And this one's has a bit more of a tapered end to it. So that's for if you want to go in a little bit more precisely. And then, let's see, you get a flat shader brush like this. So this is good if you want to pack some color on the lid. You can give it a quick spray or anything like that, put your shadow on and just pack that over the lid like this. It's quite small, so you can get really precise just in that bottom, part of your lid if you want to. So loving that. It also comes with a lip brush, which looks like this, angled. I don't really use this for my lips actually. I tend to just use the applicator that comes with my lipstick or whatever. So I've been using this with a little bit of black shadow or dark shadow to create a wing. It could also be a liner brush. I'm not quite sure, I didn't look it up, but you could use it for lip or liner, whichever. I tend to use it for liner. And then these are two that come that are not in the set. So that's the full Gun Metal set. And again, that's $49.99 USD. And so these are two other brushes that I got. This is the M508, and it's their smudger brush. So it's very small. It retails for $3.99 USD. So I basically use this for an inner corner highlight. You could use this underneath the lash line also, but I find it's very stiff. So I tend to, it's perfect for getting right in those inner corners to apply some inner corner highlight. And this one is my favorite one. This is the Y14, beautiful gold handle. It's a tapered highlighting brush. They call it the Pro Detail Highlight. This one retails for $5.99 USD. So I use this to highlight the tops of my cheeks, down the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, a little bit everywhere, you know. I'm a highlight junkie, so I'm very happy with this. It goes on a little bit denser than a fan brush that I have used previously. I found the fan brush just kind of diffused it a bit too much. So I enjoy this for really being able to pack that on, and it helps, you know, really get it to melt into the skin instead of just kind of fluffing it on. So that's it for the brushes. I've used them all. I like them all. Good quality. We'll see how they hold up with time. But yeah, I'm very happy with those. So now, next we're going to go on to the palette. So this is what the palettes look like. These are the larger Pro palettes. This is called the 35K palette. So they all these big Pro palettes come in this kind of packaging. So to be able to tell them apart, they put a little sticker on the back here. So it's the 35K, and I was wondering how many shades there are in it. Duh, 35, hence the name. So again, 35K stands for coffee with K. So this is what it looks like. The packaging, not the best quality, but they are very well priced, which is kind of what Morphe's all about. So this retails for $39.99, but it is on sale right now, and I know that I bought it on sale for $22.99. That's the 35K. As you can see, I've dipped into quite a few of the shades. The Gun Metal set, I do believe I did get it on sale, but I can't remember how much it was. But still very good price for the amount of brushes that you get. So again, 35 colors. It ranges from, you kind of have your neutrals, your warmer neutrals, and then it goes into some nice cooler shades too. So you get a really nice variety with this palette, which is why I chose it. They have quite a few different palettes. So what we'll do is I'll just kind of go through, I'm going to use some of my favorite shades, and we will go from there. And after, I'll probably swatch a few that I don't use on my eyes just to show you. Quality wise, they do have quite a bit of kickback, so when you put your brush in, you'll see, you can kind of see, I don't know if the camera's catching it, but you can see where I have dipped into some, there's still some powder left over, which is what I mean by kickback. So you want to make sure before you're applying onto your eyes that you're taking your brush and tapping it off a little bit, which you should do anyways with any shadow. But I do find once your brush hits these pans, you tend to get a little bit of kickback. So I again have a watery eye. I think it's whenever I'm standing in there, I have quite a bit of natural light coming in right now. Oh my goodness, it's driving me nuts. And it's always this eye. So I have to kind of touch up a little bit. So I'm going to use my brushes that I have, my Morphe brushes. So I'm going to start with this fluffier blending brush here. I'm just going to go in with one of the lighter neutral shades. So a little mix of these two here that are in the first row. So you see what, I don't know if it's picking it up, but as soon as I dunk my brush in, you can see that there's quite a bit of little pieces coming off of the actual shadow. So I'm taking this and I'm just kind of buffing it into the crease of my eye. And a transition shade is going to give you a little bit of a base that helps with blending, and it also kind of just smokes out your eye a little bit. So when you're done, it looks nice and blended. Oh my goodness, this eye. I don't know how I'm going to deal with this. My concealer is going to be gone by the time this video is over. So you can see like the powder's coming up. So if you just blow on it, it kind of keeps it away from the rest of the shadows. So I'm just doing that just as a base. You don't see too much of a difference here, but I'm just, and you always want to blend using circular motions like this, and just kind of making sure that it's nice and blended out. So now with the same brush, because I'm kind of going from lightest shade to darkest shade, which is really the way to go to get a nice blended eyeshadow look, I'm going to dip into this kind of more of a rusty shade here. So it's the second row and 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth one in. So I'm going to dip into this guy here and just focus that more on the outer corner. And same thing, blending motions. And then once you get to the point where you pretty much have nothing left on your brush, then you can kind of tie it all into the inner corner like this. Just like so. And if ever you do feel like you're losing a little bit of your transition shade, you can go back in with it and just blend through. Just like that. We'll do the other eye quickly. This is just a quick, easy, this is my go-to like every day. I might add a little bit of shimmer in there. I'm not quite sure yet. Because I do like a matte. Okay. I do like a matte eyeshadow look. If you hear anything in the background, it's probably my daughter who is trying to fight her nap for the 5th day in a row. That's how my week has been. Every day she's fighting that nap. Okay. So now I'm going to go in with my Morphe, the other detail brush or the crease brush, but it's the one that's a little bit tapered. And I'm going to dip into this shade here. So sticking into the warmer neutral shades. So this is the 3rd row down, 4th one in. And same thing, tapping my brush off. And again, this one I'm just going to put on my outer corner. And it just kind of gives it a little bit of definition in your crease. She's singing. Oh boys, she must know I'm filming. I hope you can hear that. Oh boys. The only thing with this shadow or these palettes is sometimes I tend to forget which one I dipped into. But luckily there's quite a few brown shades you can kind of, you know, they're all pretty similar, so. There. So now I'm going to take that brush that I was using first and just kind of blend that all in again. The biggest thing with eyeshadow is you want to make sure that you're blended well. And touch up my watery eye. So yeah, just keep blending. And you can make anything look good as long as you blend it. Really. Well, not anything, but pretty much. Now I'm fortunate that I have quite a bit of lid space up here. If you don't, then try not to bring it up too high because you do still want to have some lightness here. You do not want to bring your eyeshadow all the way up to your eyebrows. So, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I might do a little pop of gold on my lid right here just to show you this flat shader brush. So I'm going to go into the 3rd one down, 1st one here. It's a nice golden shade. These shimmer shades are nice and buttery. You can see the pigmentation on that. I'm very happy with those ones. This one here, like the more glittery black shade, I don't really enjoy. They're mostly just glitter. But I do like the more foiled. I don't know if I mentioned, I don't think I did, but this, as you can see, this palette comes with quite a few mattes, some satins, some more foiled ones. This one's quite glittery. Again, not a fan of that one, but I love the foiled shades. So I'm just taking that flat shader brush and putting the gold shade on my lid. These do have really quite good pigmentation, especially for the price of them. I'm going to leave some totals down below, like how much it is per shade pretty much. And again, I bought this on sale, so having it on sale is even better because these are US prices and I'm in Canada, so you can pretty much add 30% onto the US price, which is kind of crappy. So basically on sale, I got it for regular price. So now what else? I really like this shade here. This is the 3rd row down, last one in. So I might take that same brush and just dip into this a little bit and just put this on the outer edge, like so. I do find some of these shades, like where the browns are so similar, you can put quite a few shades on there and they all kind of look the same. But again, these foiled looking shadows are really nice. those will probably be the ones that I swatch for you. And I'll take a bit more of the gold just to blend that out. And again, I'm not going too crazy with it. You can do a really simple eye look, but have quite a few, you know, nice pops of gold and browns and rusty colors, and it looks like you spent a lot of time on it, but you didn't. So for my inner corner, I'm gonna mix a little bit of this. First one here is kind of a nice satiny, frosty shade, and a little bit of this warmer gold tone shade. So I'm gonna mix those together with that, the M508, the smudging brush, and just apply that to my inner corner. Just gives it a little pop. You can see they're very crumbly. As soon as you dip your brush in, you make a dent in it, which is good because the formulation is nice on these shimmery ones, like I had mentioned. I'm just gonna add a bit more gold on top there, like that. There. So that's pretty much it, and I always go in to my inner corner with that fluffy tapered brush that I used at first and just blend that out a bit. There, I'm happy with that. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of mascara on, and then we'll get to a few swatches. I'm still using my Essence, the False Lashes mascara. So now we'll get into a few swatches. Let's see here. I'm going to show you, if I can get it open. So we'll show you just a few of the ones that I didn't use, like these cool tone ones, a few of these matte browns maybe. We'll get into a few. So let's see here. I'll show you what I'm swatching. I'll actually do this shade here. This is that nice rusty shade. So this one is a matte shade. So they have decent pigmentation. I'm pretty happy with it. Just to show you a few of the blues, this is like a satiny blue shade here, which is beautiful. This one here is more of a foiled shadow. This is like a light, nice light sky blue. Here's a bit of a kind of darker version of that one right here. So they do swatch really well. I have used the gray toned blues before, and I mean, this one is gorgeous. I love this. It has just that subtle shift to it, and I really am enjoying this palette. I mean, I seem to, this one, oh my god, that's beautiful. It's like a taupey shimmer shade here. I seem to really be grabbing for this palette more than I grab for, say, like my Urban Decay Naked palette. And I mean, especially where it's on sale right now for $22.99, you can't beat that. I mean, I know in Canada it's a bit more with the exchange. And when we did order, I ordered with a friend, we split on shipping and blah, blah, blah. So we did end up having to pay some customs duty fees when we went to go pick it up. It was around, I think we had over a $200 order, and we paid around $40, $50, maybe a little bit less, I can't remember. I just split it with her, in customs duty fees. So not sure if that's going to be the case for every order to Canada. I know when I order ColourPop, I've made 2 orders. The first one I didn't pay any customs or anything like that, and then the second one I did. So we'll see how it goes. I did ask the postman when it came to my ColourPop one. He said that he knows a woman that orders from the same company, and every 5 or 6 times she gets an order in, she has to pay customs, and the other time she doesn't. So I'm not sure how that works, how they figure all that out. So we'll see when I do want to make another Morphe order soon. A few more brushes and maybe another eyeshadow palette, and I saw they did come out with some liquid lips. So I'll let you guys know when I make that order, because I'll probably do a video, and I'll let you know if I did have to pay customs again on that order. So thank you everybody for watching. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment below if you have any requests on any videos you'd like to see, whether it has to do with hair or makeup, and we'll try and make it happen. So thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.